G'day guys, X-Ray Racer 1 here with part 8 of the Tamiya TT01 Racing Truck build series. In this video I will be going through the assembly process of installing the electronics, namely the mainly the steering servo and the electronic speed controller. The process is pretty self-explanatory, no need to be a rocket scientist. However, I have come across a bit of a snag in my rummaging through parts. I am using a high-tech HS5485 HB digital servo. I have to use a digital servo because of the radio I'm using. However, that's not important. What is important, being high-tech, it has a 24-tooth spline. Now, for the servo saver that comes with it, it comes with two sleeves. It comes with the main one that's on the parts tree, which is this little parts tree here, and then there's another one that's in the box. Now the problem is this spline is to suit a Futaba servo, which is a 20 well, this sleeve rather is to suit a Futaba servo, which is 25 tooth spline, and the other one is to suit KO Propo, JR, so forth, which are a 23 tooth spline. So it would appear that Tamiya have not bothered to include a 24 tooth spline sleeve. So that means that I will not be able to use the servo saver. But I will show you how to assemble the servo saver. It is quite easy. I mean, it's as easy as stealing candy from a baby. Although I have tried that and that didn't work out. But what I'm going to have to use is this X-ray servo horn. So I'm not going to have a servo saver. It doesn't really matter. It's a carbonite gear servo. It's pretty tough. So what I'll do is I'll show you how you would go about assembling your servo saver. So you'll have the main part here, and you would have your... where did it go? You'll have your sleeve, and you've got a plastic spring. Now, as you can see, if I get it angle right, you can see how there's a gap. So how it works, if you look there, there's like a little, if I can just get it, there we go. That's where the gap, that little notch there goes in between the gap. So we'll put it on like so, and you can see how the gap has opened. And then you will put your sleeve on, and that's it, guys. That's your servo saver. And then you would put it on your servo and then screw it down with the included screw that comes with the servo. But I can't use this. Later on I might get a Kimbro servo saver. They're pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on instead, and we will screw it down. Alright, now what we'll do is we will put the servo mounts on, or servo mounting screws rather. Alright, so now that that's done, what we'll do now is we will install it into the chassis. Actually, before we do that, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We'll need to get the steering rack part installed first. I knew I was forgetting something. Alright, so now that that's installed, what we'll do now is we will install, or screw in rather, what is essentially the steering rack. Alright guys, so that's the steering installed. Works nicely. So now the next part is we will install our ESC. So this is the ESC that comes with the kit. It is a brushless and brushed compatible ESC. Now, some of you might say, oh, why don't you use, you know, like a Tekin ESC or something like that? Yeah, I can. However, as I explained earlier on in the original, or the part one rather, the whole idea of this class that we're setting up and is to be a control class, so everyone runs everything straight out of the box as is. So this is what we're doing. So we'll get our included double-sided tape. Put the tape there. Now you want to make sure that it fits nicely. So we'll put it about there, I reckon. Now this will be sped up. Okay, so that's how I want to put it. Now, this particular ESC comes with a power switch that is designed for the little mounting in here. So we'll make sure you remember which the plate there that we're about to unscrew has on off, so make sure you have it orientated the right way around and with the on off sticker on the side here. Alright guys, so took a little longer than I wanted. It's all going to be edited. So I'm going to tidy the wires up. Now have a read of the instructions as to which wires connect to the motors, the motor wires, because here on the ESC you have 3, so just make sure you use the right ones. I'm going to put in the receiver a little bit off camera, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned for the next part where we're just finishing up the chassis build. Stay tuned guys.